Hi everybody, today we're going to see how I draw Fall in Love Ranger. So I'm going to start off with a quick sketch, just to try to give me an idea of where I want to put him. Something cool, something fun. Let's see. Something fun for Valentine's, right? This is going to be pretty simple, pretty easy. So I'm going to try to make it a little different. How about let's put his hand down. But let's put this one up. And I know you probably can't see this, but I'm doing it mostly for myself to make sure I have everything in here. And don't miss anything. Because sometimes when I draw, I tend to fall off the edges here. So this is just mostly for me, just to make sure I get everything in here. And then I'll come back and I'll do sharpies so you can see it. Now let's see. Okay, there's his simple horns. And the horns are going to kind of cover up the part on his hair, so that'll be pretty easy. Let's see. Let me do a hand real fast, just so I know where it's going to be. And then we'll get started. Oh, let's do some wings too, right? The other ones you can't really see, but we'll kind of imply. Implying is a lot of what we do around here. We don't have to draw the whole thing, but we kind of make it look like we did, right? Okay, I think I'm about ready to get started here. Oh, let me add a few little minor details that I always forget. Like his knee protectors. Just got to make sure I get them in there, and then we can draw it out. Alright, let's bring that foot down just a little bit. Now that I'm taking a step back and looking at it, it's a little high, so we're going to bring that down. Okay, so I think we're about ready to switch over, or for you to get started. So I'm going to go to Sharpies now. I'm going to do a fine Sharpie and a pen Sharpie, which is actually finer than the fine. So I'm going to get started in drawing his eyes. So we're going to draw a couple little eyes right here. And he has some dents in his face, which are also the detail in his body. But we're not going to worry about that right now. We're just going to draw in the detail, and then I'm going to add the color. And the color is what's going to make that stand out. So I'm going to draw a couple of eyebrows like this. And this one I'm going to kind of bring down for the nose. And do like that. So basically I did the nostril and a little bit of the inside of the hole of the nostril. And it's implying, like I said before, it's implying a lot of stuff. You don't actually have to draw it. You just imply it, and everybody can mentally put the picture together in their brain. So let's give him a mouth. Okay. And we're just going to draw the bottom of the lip right there. That's all we're going to do. Okay, and so now we can do the rest of them. Let's do his chin, which is kind of square, not square, but hard edge, just not round, right? So we're going to draw his cheek like this, and I'm going to thicken it up just a little bit on the outside here, because I know the big fat Sharpie I'm about to use is pretty thick, so I just want to keep it all looking good. So I'm going to draw this other edge over here. And I'm going to switch over to the fat Sharpie, okay? And you'll see why I made that one a little thick, because this is super thick compared to that line. So let's draw, his horns, the first thing in the front. So I'm going to draw that first because I know where that's supposed to be. And see how thick that is compared to these lines? That's why I switch over. Or that's why I try to make these work to compensate that. It's going to look all together the same way. And so let's draw the part in his hair like that to give us an idea of where everything's going to be. And so I'm going to draw some curlicues like that. Just a couple. Just so I know where his hair is. Like that. Now I add some more detail with the fine Sharpie in a bit. I'm going to draw this one out like this. Draw his ear like that. And draw a couple more little hairs like that. Okay? Let's go ahead and bring one out there too, because he's got kind of a big head of hair. And we'll draw the other horn now that is behind this. We know where we can put it. Okay? So let's draw the rest of his body. So I'm going to draw his neck down like this. His big muscular, I can never remember the name of those, but big muscles. We'll just call them that, his big muscles. And I'm going to draw his shoulder like that, pretty big and strong. And his arm's going to be up like this, kind of, showing off his biceps. So since that's in front, I'm going to draw that first. And I know it's going to come about to right there for his little glove that he wears. And I'm going to bring it up to here, following my sketch. So now we're going to draw the fist. And it's basically going to be the back of the fist like this. So it's pretty easy. We're just going to come out like that for the thumb. Then come up and just do some knuckles. Like that. And so just continue it just to make it look right. I'm going to draw a couple fingers in the front. So you can't really see it, but it's the implied image of the back of the hand. And so we'll draw his little communicator there. And so now that I have all that, I can draw the rest of it. So I'm going to draw the rest of his arm here like this. And now that I have that, I can draw his muscles. His bicep like that. And you can't see the rest of it, so that's good for that arm. So we can draw his body down to there, or his chest, I guess. And I can follow this one up and bring it like that. And that's his pecs. So I'm going to draw his other arm like this, because it's back behind that one, so you can't really see too much of it. And then I need to draw the rest of his body here, too, before I can draw that hand. So let's draw his two belts. Like everybody else with that old design, is that two belt design. So we're just going to draw one belt like that. Draw another one like this. And he's got a buckle. And there are straps that hold his pants up, but we'll worry about that with coloring. So let's draw this leg. It's going to come down, and there's a pouch here that I'm going to draw just like this. Real simple rectangle. And then it's going to come over like that. And there's his pouch. So now that I know where that is, I could draw the rest of his leg like that. And that's his pants going to go down to where his boots are. So I just followed my sketch. So about in the middle here, I'm going to come down and do like that. Same thing where his pants are. And I can draw these other pants. And they kind of bow out a little bit. So I'm going to do that with both sides. And that's where his knee's going to come down to. Actually, the back of his pants is going to come down pretty much like that. So now that that's there, I can draw the rest of his hand. And his hand's going to be real simple. I'm just going to have it down like that. Simple fist. Real easy. So since most of it's covered up by that pant, I can just pretty much do this. Then this is we're going to pretend that we're drawing that. It's going to come in like that. And do this. And that'll take care of his hand. Pretty simple, right? And see, looks like he's got a fist back there. And he's wearing gloves, so let's go ahead and draw those little gloves in. And now we just got to draw his pants, or his boots. So let's finish off this one. Let's draw that kneecap that he's got. Like that. And then this one's going to come out like this. And so now we can see that we got to finish off his pants like that. And draw his other boot. But yeah, we'll draw them at the same time. So let's finish this up. So I'm going to draw his other knee protector like that. His shin protector like this. And it's going to go in like that because he's got a couple of straps holding that together. and he's got a couple of straps holding this together. And then I can draw his boots, right? Okay, so let's draw his shoes. I'm going to draw the front like that down to the toe. So we'll do this one to front down to the toe, and it's just because they're facing two different ways, but I want to draw them together to show you how to draw facing you and sideways. So we're going to draw the toe like that, and I'm going to bring it in the heel. So I'm going to draw in the heel, and that's pretty much that. So let's draw some treads. And we're just making it up, so it's okay if it doesn't look exact. But it looks like treads, right? That's pretty much what we're going for. So I'm going to draw some wings and then add a few more little details real quick to finish this up for you. So let's draw his wings. He's going to come up like this and down, and then bring it straight up. Well, I guess not straight up, that's at an angle, right? And so since this one's back behind his elbow, his arm, you can't really see it, so we're just going to pretend that we're drawing, then bring it out like this. So see, it's back behind him. So again, we implied that there's drawings there. So let's draw a few little details in here. Like I said, we're going to draw some of his hair back. And I like to do this just to give it my style, give it a unique look. You know, you don't have to do it like this. You can do it however you want. Remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw. And that way, when you're doing stuff like this, you kind of make it your own. So when your friends look at it, they're like, oh, did you do that? Because it looks different from the one he did. You say, yeah, I did, because this is mine. This is how I draw. Okay, and so I'm going to add a few more little things real fast. Just his pants. That, and I'm going to add some creases into his pants like this, just because we know that they are baggy and doing their job of bending where they're supposed to bend. I'm going to add a few little lines like this, just to show that it's his knee pad, like that. Okay, let's go ahead and give him some laces real quick, or the lace protectors. I forgot about those. So since we're here, let's go ahead and do it. Okay, so now I'm just going to color it, and that is Fall in Love Ranger. So here is my colored version. You could do it however you like. I just thought I'd show you how I decided to color it. If you'd like to color it like this, you can always pause the video here and use the coloring techniques that I used, or you can just make it your own. Remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures of how I draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button to be updated about each new video.